Hey everyone, and welcome to another light novel review. Today I'll be looking at another series in its entirety, and that is The Dirty Way to Destroy the Goddess's Heroes. Written by Sakuma Sasaki, and illustrated by Asagi Tosaka. Once again, here we are with another isekai. I've accepted the fact that I'm drawn to them, so it's best to just roll with the punches. Anyway, The Dirty Way is an isekai story with a fun and unique twist. Instead of a hero being summoned from another world to combat evil, a regular old high schooler is summoned to help the Blue Demon King repel the seemingly immortal heroes waging war in his castle. So right from the get-go, we are thrust into a reverse of the standard isekai trope. Once more, the Demon King isn't such a bad guy. Sure, he's big, mean, and dangerous, but he's also a loving husband and father who will do anything for his precious daughter Reno. He's so doting that he uprooted his castle and a handful of his subjects and brought them to the human realm so that his daughter could have the delicious food that can only be found in these lands. Unfortunately, he's still the Demon Lord, and humans don't really like that. So under the protection of their guardian goddess, the endlessly reviving heroes wage a daily war against the Demon King until he draws his last breath. The Demon King, tired of this daily grind, summons the relatively average high schooler Shinichi Sotoyama to come up with a strategy to stop these heroes once and for all. It's a novel little premise and sets up the story for what is mostly a light-hearted isekai comedy. There's a bit of action, romance, and drama thrown in as all the novels continue, but the core of the entire series is dealing with those heroes in unconventional ways. As they endlessly revive and have no shortage of motivation to win, it falls on Shinichi to use underhanded methods and strategies to win. For example, he might trick a hero who led a sheltered life into falling for him and therefore giving them a new purpose. Or he might steal away devotees of the goddess by providing free miracles and an idol to look up to and adore. Whatever the method, no matter how low, Shinichi is willing to do it, so he too can return to a normal life free of drama. As a character, Shinichi is a little silly but also quite cunning. He's not too afraid to get his hands dirty as long as he isn't the one doing the heavy lifting. That's where his travelling companion Celis comes in. Celis is a dark elf maid assigned to help Shinichi on his quest to give the Demon King and his daughter some peace and quiet. She's cold, powerful, and quick to call Shinichi on his mistakes. They make a strong pair, and their back and forth make up most of the comedy in the series. There are a bunch of other mainstay characters, but I won't go into that as they are quite story integral and may ruin the plot of the first two volumes. But basically everyone has a role to play in the narrative, and while a lot of random things happen, they never really felt out of place. The series is written from a third-person perspective, as the story does shift between a few characters quite frequently to show what's going on at the same time or in another location. I found the style engaging and entertaining in a similar way to the Konosuba series, where the jokes carry the story when nothing much is going on. There is a fair amount of ecchi classic rom-com and manga tropes thrown in, and while they do have their place, a few areas are a little awkward to read. Generally it is fine though, as the novel doesn't dwell on anything too long. The illustrations are quite vibrant, and the black and white images are typically used to punctuate scenes. Most of the coloured illustrations are used to introduce the major characters of any given volume, so there aren't too many basic images. Some of the character designs are a little odd, but they are mostly used for comedic effect. Nothing stands out too much, but the style does suit the narrative just fine. It's something that could very easily be translated into an anime, but it would also look like a very generic anime, if that makes sense. Overall, The Dirty Way to Destroy the Goddess's Heroes is a fun little series. Spanning only 6 books and reaching an actual conclusion makes it a good quick read that doesn't leave you on edge waiting for the next volume to drop. I'm looking at you, Grimgar. I had fun, and while looking back on the series, the latter half of the volumes were a little forgettable. I remember the first 2 volumes very clearly and loved the initial premise and how the series just ran with the joke for as long as they could. So if anything I just said appealed to you, then I would definitely recommend the series. Thanks for watching. Please let me know down in the comments what you thought of the series, as well as any recommendations for future novels or reviews. Thanks again, and I'll see you all next time.